If you don't remember what year this bottle of wine is from, you can just look at the top of the cork.
The cork tells you. The label tells you. But yes, the cork is letting us know.
It is letting us know that we kind of thought about a couple different options of what we were going to do next, and we wound up, because we were about to eat.
Yes, pizza.
And pizza, no less. We decided to break out another wine for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com, and the beverage we're about today is, it's called La Paca. It is a Garnacha, which is also known as Grenache. Oh. And
depends on where you're from?
Yes. Yeah, it depends on... It's Spain, it's Garnacha. I think is it France? It's Grenache.
Okay.
And there's also Grenache, Garnacha. Maybe it's just those two. I thought there was another one depending on.
So you never know where you're at until you hear the wine pronounced.
You're right, and then you know, and you can figure that out. But it's 100% Spanish Garnacha grape.
Interesting.
Once again, from Trader Joe's, $6.9, and this one's $6.99. It's 2013, 14% alcohol. One that I've been hearing good things about. Have not yet tried it though.
Was it recommended by?
It was recommended by Ethan.
Okay.
This is Ethan. And their label's real cool too. I don't know. You may be able to. I don't know if there'll be a link to this anywhere or not. But
if not, we'll have it right there.
There's like a little hummingbird on there, and it's cool.
It's a face.
How it's black and white, and the box has on one side has a black background with white lines, and on the other side it has the white background with black lines, like you see here.
Okay.
It's a neat.
That's cool.
You're
talking about like the case box.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when you buy the case. So, but
so now when I always think of Garnacha, depending on where we're at.
Yes.
For some reason, is that one I usually think of as a filler? A little bit like usually you kind of see, like all of a sudden I'll see that's 20% or 15%, kind of to usually maybe add a little body, but it doesn't have a lot of other things going with it possibly. Or am I overstating?
No, I think it probably depends on the grape and probably the region. Okay. I don't honestly know a lot about it, but you will see it as part of a GSM blend, Grenache Syrah Mourvedre.
Yeah, Mourvedre is the other one I always think of too. When I always see that, it's like, okay, they threw in 5% of that to kind of up a little body.
We have a couple of Spanish wines at work that are one that's a blend with Garnacha and Tempranillo. Or is it a Garnacha and Syrah? It's one of those two. And then we have another one that's a straight Garnacha, but it's a couple dollars cheaper. And I've had that before. It's a very soft, but easy drinking red wine. But
now, if it's difficult to work with, is it a temperamental Tempranillo?
It's a temperamental Tempranillo. It could be. It could be. It could have attitude.
A little off center there, but okay,
it's all right.
I always worry if I'm a little off center. Ooh, is this actually? I'd say it's actually real cork.
That looked that way, yeah.
I think the last one was real cork too.
It is. Yeah. It
okay.
Was. Yeah.
Nice.
The
I guess
Pacific
that shortage
Grove
is all over with.
At least for now.
The shortage is done.
But so anyway, that one I'd had before. This one I have not. So wow, I like that color.
That's dark.
And that has obviously we know nothing to do with the taste.
No, but hey,
still looks.
It's
nice.
all part of the senses, and that all kind of plays into it. Yeah, that is dark.
We buy with our eyes at first.
And has this one been around very long, or
a couple months?
Okay, a
few months. Yeah, it showed up and then it was gone for a while. We thought it was going to be unavailable, but then it has come back. It's come back to us.
Yeah, wow, that is dark.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a deep purpley red.
Yeah, that's like grape juice dark.
Yeah.
Purple red kind of.
Yeah. How does it have any viscosity, any legs on there? Yeah.
Yeah, there's some legs on there.
Yeah. So
I can already, like, even just right in here, I'm already smelling it. Ooh. And then when I put it there, I get even more.
I like these. These are nice glasses.
These are actually, astute observers might notice that these are actually technically Pinot Noir glasses.
Okay.
But I didn't have kind of an in-between red glass. I had, well, it was funny, probably from breakage at some point, I had one. And I wasn't going to have mismatched glasses because sometimes we have had debates on that. Like, well, this is still different. Maybe yours is not. So wanted to make sure
not for our viewers, for our listeners and viewers.
Right. Want to make sure they at least matched. I do need to get some other kind of in-between red wine glass, like a Zinfandel type glass or something.
Give that a good swirl.
Ooh. Oh, man, cherry, raspberry.
Lots of nice dark fruit.
A little black currant maybe even in there too. There's a little note of that.
A little bit of the heat from the alcohol coming.
A little bit, but I got fruit in this one first. Yeah, definitely the fruit came through first, and then it was kind of riding on a wave of a little bit of the heat of the alcohol.
Clearing out my nose nicely.
Oh, it could be the smoke from the pizza. It could be one or the other.
Yeah, that's nice though.
That smells fantastic. $6.99 you said?
$6.99.
This is already a very good aroma for that.
So far. All right. It is jammy. As Niles would say.
It is jammy. Little sweet in there. The fruit, it feels like something is holding back the fruit. It feels like... well,
we just opened it too. It may need a little time.
Yeah.
We're swirling it a lot.
It feels like there's something like you start to get that, okay, there's jammy, okay, the fruit, and then it feels like someone's like pulling something back.
To me, that's like a clean finish. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like it stops. Or like you said, pulls it back, and then there's nothing. There's no lingering complexity, at least right now.
Yeah. That's kind of missing. It's like I said, there's it pulls it back, but not like the last one we had. You know, it was like I said, it was because of the this to me almost feels like the front of my palate is just getting going, and then it's pulled back for some reason. Like there's something because of maybe the heaviness, and like I said, because it's definitely a very full-bodied.
It's dry, definitely dry.
And dry.
Get that dry.
A little bit dry kind of in the middle of my palate. It goes away pretty quick, but it's dry.
Yeah, it does make your mouth water a little bit.
Yeah. Actually it does.
It'll be nice to see if that fruit could evolve a little bit.
Yes.
And have some sort of a finish, because everything is like everything's going on in the front. Yeah. To me, it's all like front half of my tongue.
Yeah, there's not much kind of at the back is kind of lost.
Not much up there. Which I wonder. Okay.
Wow.
I know. Again.
Ooh, I'm getting a little like herbal, spicy, peppery in there too. There's something else when I take that initial sip that finds its way past the fruit forward part of my palate.
Right.
And it's like a herbal. It's a little bit pepper, but it's a little bit like basil or something. I can't. There's some other kind of herbalness in there. That's nice. I really like that. I think this would be good to cook with. Off the top of my head, like if you were like you'd be happy to drink it, but I think it would also work well if you were making a sauce or other things where you want kind of that little heaviness or thickness to it. You're not looking for the lighter complexity that you get on your palate. You just kind of want,
I think I'm getting a little bit wafting up, but it still doesn't come from the back of my palate. It still comes like from the front of my palate and goes up a little bit, just a little bit of fruit. So I wonder, we were talking about pairing this with the cheese. We're going to be, there's a Spanish cheese, and it said that Tempranillos are a good match for it. So I wonder if you had a cheese, and if the cheese had the strong finish. So you've got this at the front, and you've got that fruit, the spice, that dry, and then the cheese that you eat sort of like goes past that, and then leaves like a nice.
That. So if you had a stronger cheese,
cheese, that this would. Maybe they'd balance each other out, because I don't know. We're gonna actually try this with a couple of Tempranillos and see which one we want to recommend when this cheese comes in.
Interesting.
At work. So, but if
that's such a hard part of the job.
Yeah.
All right, let's open up some wine. Have some cheese.
It's tough.
Terrible.
You
need a perk every once in a while, a little something extra.
We had a cheddar cheese tasting the other day. I did not know this. We carry 20 cheddar cheeses in like a block, and we tried 11 of them.
Wow.
Yes.
And your colon was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Why?
I love cheese.
Oh, cheese is delicious.
I can't stop eating cheese.
Have you ever thought about making your own cheese?
No.
Okay.
I've only recently said I want to sit in on making beer with you and Jason.
I know. I talked to him about that. We'll talk after that.
Okay. Oh, good. So I can ask for a day off.
Yeah.
So overall?
Overall, I like it. Like I said, this would be one. Like I said, we talked about price a little bit in the last, but this would be one because of the price. I would probably get it again because I can see multiple uses for it.
Yeah.
I can enjoy it enough in the glass as of this moment that I like drinking it. Like I said, but like I mentioned earlier, I could almost see using it as a cooking type thing as well. Like if I was making, like I'll usually make like Italian sausage, and then like I'll usually make like a sauce or something that goes with it, and then we'll either have it like on a hoagie type thing, and I'll have and with that I always like to have a red wine. I like a heavier one like this that is that's not going to thin out my sauce quite as much, and then I can use a little more of it. So like I said, I think this would be great for that.
Nice.
And definitely could work. But like I said, yeah, even the flavor I think is really good too. And drinking wise, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, it's still, there's something that's pulling it back, which I wish a little more of that would come through. And it might, if there's a drastic change, we'll either add something on to the end of this podcast, or you can look at the tasting notes at AboutBeverages.com. We'll have it in there. Like if we had it with the food and it was like, oh, okay, that really came out. So, I know. There's nothing you can do about a phone call in the middle of a show. It just kind of is what it is.
The talking phone is.
Yeah, and the talking phone. You still have the talking phone too, don't you?
We do.
Do you have the one? There's a
call from
Parents Rachel.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I do like it. I like it too. I'm wanting of a little more sweet. No,
well,
I'm wanting of a little more.
Comes out. Maybe something will come out, and we'll let you know.
And the place where you can find out about that, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube or somewhere else, we appreciate that. But head on over to our website at AboutBeverages.com and check out the tasting notes for this, and also find out where it hits on our recommendation scale. And obviously, we always mention too where you can buy it, because this is another Trader Joe's type exclusive, right? It's
that's right.
It's not a get it wherever you want.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah.
So
right.
That is where we'll have all that information. But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.